We present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. Your chairman this week, Humphrey Lyttelton.
Thank you very much, and as we're overrunning, let's have a very quick round to start with. This is a round called Words of One Song to the tune of another. Accompaniment provided by Dave Lee. Graham and Barry,
No.
if you'll start, they're your words. I want you to sing the words of Leaning on a Lamppost to the tune of Maria. All ready? Dave Lee, introduction.
I'm leaning on a lamppost at the corner of the street, in case a certain little lady comes by. Oh me, oh my, I hope that little lady comes by. I don't know if she'll get away, she doesn't always get away, but anyway, I know she'll try for me or mine. I hope the little lady comes by. There's no other girl I could wait for, but I reckon he's still waiting. But this one,
Anybody know the words in the audience? Join in, please.
the corner of the street, we're finished. A certain little lady comes by.
That should be enough for this show now, shouldn't it? We can go home.
You've been listening to West Side Story. Now then, where are we? Yes, Bill and Tim. Your words here, the words of long-haired lover from Liverpool, to the tune of 16 Tons.
I'll be a long-haired lover from Liverpool. I'll do anything you say. I'll be a clown or your puppet or your April Fool if you be my summer daisy from L.A. I'll be your leprechaun and sit upon an old tool serenade. You, your guy, old and grey. I'll be a long-haired lover from Liverpool. Yeah, and listen from L.A. I'll be a long-haired lover from Liverpool.
Very good. I score that 5 to Bill and Tim, and Barry and Graham, you have 4. And this is where I introduce
Very
the
good.
plate
Very good.
at the end of the program in order to give the teams time to think of silly names for people arriving at the Archaeologist Ball.
What?
The Archaeologist Ball.
Get some old jokes out.
Right.
Could we get a new audience, please?
Round.
Very good.
The next round is
Don't
the one that's
volunteer.
called What's in a Word? That's another mark-off bill for interrupting the chairman.
Can I have a mark for not interrupting?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Rubbish!
Now, that levels up the scores. I'm going to give each of you a word culled from the Oxford English Dictionary. These are actually real words, and I want you to define them. I'm going to give you each a word. Tim Brooke-Taylor, you're the first one. Your word is whished.
Wished is a card game played by people who are pished.
Yes, the dictionary doesn't actually put it in as many words, but the dictionary definition is an utterance of whished to enjoin silence. But it's roughly what you say.
Yeah.
Barry Crowder, your word is nettlecock.
Wished, Barry, wished. Well, what a time to talk shop. Nettlecock is, of course,
a reference to nestle, meaning chocolate, and cock being an abbreviation of ball cock, meaning part of a plumber's trade, therefore meaning a plumber eating chocolate while working, therefore not keeping his mind on his work, like David Frost getting off a plane half an hour before doing a television program.
Bitter.
Chock, a blocked pipe, a blockage. Nestle cock, a blockage. Back to Robert Robinson.
Reading my booklet from the BBC, I see that I have to dock you 1 mark for advertising, so puts your total score down to 4 again, I'm afraid.
Oh.
Otherwise, it was excellent. It does, in fact, mean a spoilt or delicate child.
Oh, warm.
And,
warm.
Bill, your word now?
Yes.
Persient.
Yes. Persient. Well, this, you pronounced it wrongly, of course. Of course. Should have been pronounced table. I know what a table is. Anyway. No, Persient, yes. It shouldn't really be in the dictionary. You won't find this in the dictionary. It is, in fact, a proper name. And is, in fact, an early arrival for the insect's ball. Mr. and Mrs. Ant and their little son, Percy Ant. And 5 marks.
Rubbish. 1 mark. Because the actual definition is keen or piercing.
That's right.
Which is, I prefer, in fact, preferred yours. Graham Garden, your word? Opsimath. Opsimath.
How do you spell that? Op? S-I?
Opsimath. You've got to get 4 marks for this because your team's 4 marks behind.
All right, then here we go for 4 marks. Opsimath is a slang term. Those of you who've seen the film The Godfather will no doubt know about the Italian gangs operating in America. There were some operating in the East End of London at one point, in the early part of the century, in the 20s. And this word was much used by them, as in the phrase, "You want I should give you a punch up the mouth." Yeah.
Yes, 4 marks.
Thank you.
And, in fact, the dictionary definition is one who begins to learn late in life.
Exactly. And didn't they just...
The next round is a new one. This is one called All Keyed Up, and it brings Dave Lee in again in a starring role. In this round, one team sings the first part of a song, and then Dave Lee raises the key, and the other team sings the next part in the higher key, and then the key's raised again, and so on.
Oh, no.
And we'll see who cracks first.
Yes, good.
Now then, the first song is going to be started by Tim Brooke Taylor and Bill Oddie, and it's I'm Henry VIII I Am. Introduction, please, Dave Lee. Do you want the word?
How fast are we doing it? All right. I'm Henry VIII, I am. Henry VIII, I am, I am. I got married to the widow next door. She's been married 7 times before. Everyone was Henry. She wouldn't have a Willie or a Sam. Henry, no birthday, Henry. I'm Henry VIII, I am. I'm Henry VIII, I am. Henry VIII, I am, I am. I got married to the widow next door. She's been married 7 times before. Everyone was Henry. She wouldn't have a Willie or a Sam. Henry, no birthday, Henry. I'm Henry VIII, I am. Now look here.
Score stands at 12 marks each. I finished that one because I couldn't stand it any longer. And now we have a round called Make a Noise. In this round, I want each of you to make a noise. Barry Cryer.
Yes.
Yes, one. Tim Brooke Taylor.
Was not.
Oh, no. Yes. One.
You have to finish it.
No PS's.
One more. Graham Garden.
Excellent.
Thank you. Yes, that's what I've got here. Bill Oddie.
Brilliant.
I won't ask you to repeat that one. Yes.
It was
Good. Right. We go on to the next round now, which is called commentary. And in this round, each team has to improvise a commentary of an event which I shall give them. And the audience, once again, will be brought in to decide who wins this round by the sheer volume and enthusiasm of your applause.
Don't go.
And we're starting with Tim Brooke Taylor and Bill Oddie.
Good.
And we'd like you to give a commentary on erecting a deck chair. Erecting a deck chair. Right. Tim and Bill.
Yes, and they're coming out now. He's just trying to get the deck chair up. It looks as though he's just marking out a place to put it up, and slowly he's putting it up. Yes, he's got it up there.
I've just been handed a piece of paper here. That's apparently the slowest anybody's ever put up a deck chair.
I don't think you'll find that's exactly true. I think somebody put one up a great deal slower in Morecambe last year. And
That's right.
August,
That's right. That's absolutely right. Just a pack of laughs to keep the thing going.
Isn't it all? Oh, yes, well, he looks as though he's getting it up now, and he looks...
I think it's up. Yes. Now, I don't know how you feel about this, but some people over in Australia say that putting up deck chairs is getting boring now. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I don't really think so. I think it's a great deal more exciting than cricket, for a start.
Thank you, Tim and Bill, for two old men putting up a deck chair. Now, Barry and Graham, you ready for your commentary? Your subject is making a double bed. Making a double bed.
Easy.
Will you set the scene for us, please, starting right away?
And it's the oversheet coming up there, right across the undersheet. The oversheet has gone in. It's the eider down. The eider down. This is a surprise here. A surprise. Surprise who did very well at Newmarket last year. Surprise. Yes. What a surprise be. A surprise, ladies and gentlemen. The eider down has gone over on top. Eider down over on top. Eider down 3-1 against. This is going to be one for the bookies. The eider down is going there. The eider down is going there. The eider down is on top. Coming round. The eider down. Gone in. The eider down. On the bend. The eider down. Over to you, John. And the eider down is down. The eider down is down. That's that last fence there. You didn't quite see it, but the lady making the bed tripped over the fence and dropped the eider down over the other side. Now they've got the eider. And it's coming up out of the eider down there, the blankets. And keep your eye on the yellow blanket coming over the inside there. Running, doing very well, getting sucked in. And it's pillow. It's pillow.
Yes, you win on the audience applause, Barry and Graham, making you 4 to Tim and Bill 2. Now we go on to the next round, which is called MacDonald's Funny Farm. And in this round, one team sings Old MacDonald's Farm. You know this one. Those of you listening at home will know this one of old. We've done it before. And we're going to do it again. One team sings Old MacDonald's Farm, accompanied by Dave Lee, and the other team makes suitable noises for what's on the farm, and vice versa. Now, we'll start with Graham and Barry. Will you sing Old MacDonald's Farm? And Bill and Tim, will you make the required noises? Introduction from Dave Lee.
Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had a duckling sheep, E-I-E-I-O. With a here and a there, here a there. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had an effeminate rooster, E-I-E-I-O. With a everywhere. Oh, my wave here and there, here up, there up, everywhere up. Oh, MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Oh, MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had a cross between a duck and a bee, E-I-E-I-O. With a here and a there, here a there a everywhere with a
Oh, cock-a-bloody-doodle.
there.
Oh, dear.
Here
I'm fed up with it.
there,
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
everywhere and up here there, everywhere up. Oh, MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O.
Right, well now it's the turn of Bill and Tim to sing the song and Graham and Barry to make the noises.
Oh, MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had a milking machine, E-I-E-I-O. With a there, up, there, here, up, there, up, there, up, everywhere up. Oh, MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Oh, MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had a sheep that thought it was a horse, E-I-E-I-O. With a bear, I'm so confused. Bear, oh dear. Bear, oh, bear, everywhere. Bear, I'm so confused. Where? Here, up. There, here, there, everywhere. Oh, MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Oh, MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had Harold Wilson in the bar, E-I-E-I-O. With a
I'm dreaming of a little victory.
here up,
No, screw me back a little lower, man.
here up,
I am enjoying this.
there,
Oh, I got my pipe under the water.
everywhere.
Get out, huh?
With a bear, I don't know. Here, I'm so confused. There, oh dear. There, oh no, everywhere. Oh, I give up. With a here, there, everywhere. Oh, MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O.
At that point in the competition, the scores are as follows. Tim and Bill 21 and Barry and Graham 22. We come now to Ad-lib poem, in which each member of the team is going to, or the members of each team are going to make up a poem. Each team member must keep going until I press the buzzer, and then a member of the opposing team must take over. And this goes on until we reach the natural artistic conclusion of the poem, or until I can't stand it anymore. The first line of the poem coming up now, and this one, Bill, I'm going to ask you to start. And this is your first line. I'll give it to you as near as possible. It's in dialect. Eba gum lad, thou looks grim. Is trouble at the mill?
Eba Gumlad, thou looks grim. Is trouble down at mill. I've gone and dropped me elephant, and it's sitting out there still. Not moving, you do understand, but still.
But sitting very still. And furthermore, it's sitting under my pneumatic drill. Now, elephants, as you may know, come very large and wide. And you can see another one upon the other side. Now, these two elephants, whose names are Alistair and Fred, have been my pets for many years. I wish that I were dead.
He wishes he were dead, he says, because he knows quite well that elephants, when they drink milk, do up and swell. There is a saying round these parts, and I'm agreed with it.
Careful, Barry, careful. That's a rare good saying. And I think it's quite neat. I've often heard it said, you know, that elephants do swell, but when you come to think on it, I'm sure the village bell has more to clang and clong to us than any elephant diatribe. You know, when you sit down and think of it, I'm sure 'tis but a jibe that elephants do swell. Now, nay.
Now, nay, said Jack, and jumping up, he said, you'll all rejoice, because I think at this moment we should drop this silly voice and get right back to normal voices. And the poem. So, I'm going to read another line. And this is the way it'll go. There was a lad who lived in France, upon a lonely hill. And
His name was Jacques. Surprise, surprise. His wife's name was Jill. Hey, by gum, it's me again. We'll have no truck with France.
They walk around in little shirts and tiny little pants. I was just saying, said the froggy, in a funny voice. I am very fond of reading, but I do not have the choice. I'd like to be so English. I would like to cross the Channel. And then I think to myself, oh no!
oh, I can't need a flannel. I don't know what that means, he said, the censor, I do mean, who walked into the village where before he once had been, many years ago when they were doing...
Very many things. But hark! Do you hear it? Yes, I do. The village church bell rings.
Oh.
And who can be ringing it?
It is the Three Kings. 'Tis strange they should come to our village, he said.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, naughty things. It is the verger who tolls the bell this morning. It is the verger. I tell you, as sure as I'm born.
Oh, that was clever. I did say as I ran back to home and vowed that I never would
embark on such a silly poem.
Well, I'm going to give the marks there to Barry and to Graham especially for winding up the program. No, that's a very interesting score now, 35 each. And we come to the last round, in which, of course, the scores come thick and fast, because this is the point in the program where the teams give their announcements for the arrivals at the Archaeologists' ball.
Mr. and Mrs. Remain, and their religiously inclined son, Priest Oric, remain.
Followed closely, and more or less the
Rattle
right
of
period.
bone.
Mr. and Mrs. Dactyl, and their son, Terry, and his pal, E.O. Lithic,
From Africa, will you welcome Mrs. Uncarmen and their ballet dancing daughter, Tutu Uncarmen,
and her mummy.
who is well enough to receive visitors.
followed closely by Mr. and Mrs. Civilization with Kenneth... No!
Oh!
Mr. and Mrs. Ization with Kenneth Clark and their daughter, Civilization with Kenneth Clark.
Mr. Chaldees and his wife, you know, of the Chaldees. No, that's wrong. We're digging deep.
North, Mr. and Mrs. Swall, and their son Adrian Swall.
And a Roman friend.
Oh, yes.
Mr. and Mrs. Akeflaw and their old man Mosaic.
Mr. and Mrs. Arts and
Be careful.
they're laughing, son John. Laughing, Jack. Arts. We needed an anticlimax at the time like this.
Archaeologist. He's not archaeological. Get him out.
He is now, you know.
Closely followed by
Mr. and Mrs. Sir Greek Ern and their son Wat.
who is rapidly followed by
very fast.
Gerald Ponsonby, butler to several medieval monarchs, who in his time became known as the valet of the king. And of course, yet another visitor to the archaeological ball, Sutton.
Sutton who?
That's right.
At which point...
And one we've all been expecting, I'm sure. Mr. and Mrs. Saw and their daughter, Dinah.
Not forgetting Mr. and Mrs. Thesaurus and their daughter, Eleanor Braun. Thesaurus. At this point, Mrs. Moss and their mother, affectionately known as Ma Moss.
And while we're on the subject, Mr. and Mrs. Kant and their daughter, Celia. I beg your
Which
pardon.
point?
Treat a lady like that.
With a dramatic and popular win by
Here is a motoring report.
Tim Brooke Taylor and Bill Oddie, that brings us up to the end of this week's program. We shall be back next week with very much of the same thing.
Barry Cryer, Graham Garden, Bill Oddie and Tim Brooke Taylor were being given silly things to do by Humphrey Lyttelton, with Dave Lee setting some of them to music. Production was by John Cassells. We present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. Your chairman this week, Humphrey Lyttelton.
Hello again, and once again we start straight into the first round, which is called Singing Sprint. In this round, a member of one team sings a song as fast as he can, and then a member of the opposing team must beat his time. And we're going to start with Graham from one team and Tim from another, and your song is Moon River.
Moon river, wider than a mile, I'm crossing you in style someday. Old dream maker, you heartbreaker, wherever you're going, I'm going your way. Two drifters off to see the world, there's such a lot of world to see. Well, after the same rainbow's end, waiting round the bend, my huckleberry friend, Moon River and me.
Yeah, good effort there. Good effort there with 14 seconds. Now, Graham Garden, see if you can beat that.
Of course.
All right.
Moon river, wider than a mile, I'm crossing you in style someday. Old dreamy maker, you all heartbreaker, wherever you're going, I'm going away. Two drifters off to see the world, such a world to see. We're off to save rainbow's end, waiting around the bend, my huckleberry friend, Moon River and me.
Yes, you win that one, that round with an absolutely fantastic 10 seconds.
Fantastic.
Now, Bill, this is your chance to catch up for your team, because you and Barry are going to sing The Lonely Goatherd from The Sound of Music.
Are we really? One little girl, let's say a pink coat head, yellow, ladies, yellow back to the lonely goat head, yellow, soon in my mouth, the gleaming goat head, oh, the gleaming goat head, what about?
Robbie.
That was 15 seconds, excluding injury time. Barry, your turn to try and beat that. You've got to beat 15 seconds.
One little golden bell, picking your turd lady, a lady dee, she, you'll back to the only go turd lady, shun about the family go turd lady dee, what did you add for go turd lady dee, oh lady dee, I've finished, it's the chorus.
Oh, yes. Bill,
Have you got a little short of the line?
Dead heat there between you and
Thank you,
15
Humphrey.
seconds each.
Thank you.
Very, very good. And we go on to the point in the program where I introduce a round that's played at the very end of the program in order to give the teams time to think of silly names for people arriving at the military ball. Now we have the round which is called Garble. And for this round I'm going to give each team a situation to improvise, but the improvisation must be in Garble. In other words, you must use no recognizable words. And we're going to start now with Barry and Graham, and your situation is this. A British explorer proposing a football match to an unlettered pygmy chief.
Whoa.
Rang the buzzers will put you out of your misery. The marks in this round will be decided on the volume of applause from the audience.
That before they clap.
Which
We've got
makes
nothing.
it fairly likely to be a walkover for Bill and Tim, but anyway. Bill and Tim, your situation is this. The president of the Scottish Ladies' Circle inviting an American jazz musician to join them for an informal musical evening.
Tim is turning into a lady before my very eyes. I don't think there's much choice as to what I do, is there? Oh. Yeah, well, I don't want to do my...
I don't worry about it. There's nothing. Oh, well, now, there's something. Oh, well.
Well, you won't go, you know...
Well, it is...
Really, no, me, I know you, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
That sounded to me like a perfect impression of the petticoat line. I'll give you 12, and Graham and Barry... I'm sorry, I'll give you 2, and Graham and Barry 1, making Graham and Barry score 11, Tim and Bill 12. Now we have a quickie. This is the game called I Spy in 1, and in this game your partner has to guess what you're spying with your little eye in 1. 4 in a row gains you a point. And we'll start now with you again, Barry Cryer, if you will start off.
I spy with my little eye something beginning with F.
Fool.
Correct.
I spy with my little eye something beginning with P.
Pineapple.
Correct.
I spy with my little eye something beginning with
Buzzer.
Yes. Near enough.
Something beginning with buzzer.
I spy for a winning round with my little eye something beginning with C.
Church.
Right.
No marks there, because you didn't get 4 in a row. You left a letter out, as Tim quite
Well, that
rightly
makes it
said.
harder, Humphrey, surely.
I wouldn't know about that. Now, Tim and Bill. Tim and Bill. Bill, will you start with your team?
Yes. I began, No, I sometimes finish, but not often. I spy with my little eye something beginning with P.
Pineapple.
Yes.
I spy with my little eye something beginning with B.
Blue pineapple.
Quite right.
I spy with my little eye something beginning with T.
Tall pineapple. I spy in my little eye something beginning with M.
Monster pineapple.
Yes. Well done.
Really?
Well done. You get your mark. And we go on now to our commentary round, and this is the round where each team improvises a commentary to an event which I shall give you.
Oh,
and here again, we call on the audience, by the volume of their applause, to judge who wins the 2 marks which are available. Starting with you, Bill and Tim, now. Will you give a commentary, please, on bathing the baby?
Well, over near the taps, the baby's coming out now, and it looks as if it's going to be a bloodbath tonight. And how do you feel? And the baby's down the far end, and he's given a right to his foot, and a left, yes. And wait a second, the mother's coming in with a right fist, and she's going to clean the back. And oh, what a nasty sight! He looks as if he's in trouble now. The baby's in trouble. He's fallen. He's down. He's flat on his back. Oh, that's the end of the round, and now over to Barrington Pops to tell us an inter-round commentary.
Well, this is probably one of the most interesting baby bathings we've seen for a long time. Since, in fact, I saw Mohammed baby not very long ago in Madison Square Bath. And that was one hell of a bath, I can tell you. It really was. And I think we're coming out for the second round now. The mother's up. Over to you, Barrington.
And the mother's moving in, and she's got a loofah. Yes, oh, that seems a bit unfair. She's got a loofah, and what's she doing to the baby with? Oh, I think that's a bit unfair. That's a bit low. That loofah was low. That loofah was low, in fact. Oh, dear, the fight's been stopped. The bathing's been stopped. The bathing's been stopped. Oh, dear. There's been a cut on the right side. Well, we're returning.
Right, that's Tim and Bill, and the audience gave you 10 seconds worth of ecstatic applause, which is what you've got to beat, Barry and Graham. And your subject is sewing on a button.
Sewing on a button is absolutely fascinating. I went to the doctor once and he stuck a needle in my arm. I wouldn't have minded that, but he sewed a button on it. This is ridiculous. So we watched the event in front of us. One lady's got the needle, the other doesn't seem too pleased either. I'm going to hang over now. Ever since I had my nose fixed, my mouth won't work. I'll hang over now to Barrington Garden.
Well, thank you, The also says there's quite a bit of needle in the ground, but she's sewing on a button. You're very sewing on a button for Great Britain last year. It's a button, and she's got the needle and the thread going out. Come on, Steve, he can talk about hangovers. Back to you, Groucho.
I've never seen such a needle as this. It's the only one I've ever seen with an eye that's bloodshot. Anyway, we keep on watching this event. We watch this event, the needle's going into the button's going onto the needle, but who am I to point the finger, because I'm just standing here watching, and that's my king, so don't talk about it. I'm here to commentate on a needle going into a button. I think it's being quick, yes. It's really going in there. I think the button's going on, and for the final climactic moments, over to Garden Barrington.
Full marks there. And the button is definitely only winding around the thread, and oh, look at that. And that's a very good try, and that's 1 point to the needle, and that's the end of the match. Thank you, and back to David Vine.
I second that.
The audience gave Barry and Graham there no less than 17 seconds of applause, plus a few indiscriminate shouts. And
get off.
That gives them the 2 points, which makes the score 13 all. Right, we go on to the blues round. And for this round, I'm going to ask the members of each team to improvise a blues, taking alternate lines, and they will, of course, be accompanied at the piano by Dave Lee. Right, Barry and Graham, will you give Tim and Bill their subject for a blues, please?
Their subject for a blues is Jimmy Osmond.
This morning when I see the Osmond Brothers show,
God knows why. When Jimmy Osmond started singing, all the girls leapt up on the stage. And what do you know?
Oh, yeah. When they torn all his clothes off,
There stood Jimmy Clitheroe.
That's enough of your singing, Jimmy.
Jimmy, shut up.
Right, now, Tim and Bill, your
Notice the
turn.
resemblance, don't they, yes?
Your turn
Only
to
the
give
grey hairs
Barry
on
and
the
Graham
legs.
their subject for a blues.
The subject that we've got for them is it's the I never went to sleep last night blues.
You can't do that to us. You start. Goodbye woke up this morning.
I want to hear the first line.
You can't wake up this morning.
I never went to sleep last night, but I don't care.
You don't care?
I don't care.
I care. Oh, I second.
Nobody cares.
I just went into my bedroom. My good friend Edgar Hupp lying there.
You're on your own, so I shook him by the shoulder,
And I woke up this morning. Oh,
Well, I was all set to give you 83 marks for avoiding I woke up this morning. As it is, we give Graham and Barry 4 marks, and oh, what the hell.
I like it. You know.
Now we have the round called Sound Charades. One team has to guess the title of a book, a play, or whatever else from the noises made by the members of the opposing team. The audience can help here by applauding when the people who are doing the guessing are getting warmer, and by groaning when they're not. And we'll start now. We'll start with Tim and Bill.
Good evening.
Is yours a book or a play or what?
It depends which one they're going to do first.
It's a play.
Yes. We have our mystery voice for you listeners at home to tell you what the title is.
And its long day's journey into night.
No response from the audience, so it's clean. First word. Note the accents, it's a clue. Here are the slum. 2 and 2 make 5.
No, that is incorrect.
Incorrect?
Yes, it
Oh.
is not light.
It
In
is not
fact,
light.
it is.
It's not light?
No,
Well, what is it if it
in
is
fact.
incorrect?
It is in fact ha-ha.
Long.
Right. The second word. Oh.
Oh.
Say something.
News in Welsh. Dull. Dim.
Dull. Dim.
Boring. Overlong. Masochist. Masochist, me
We are
now.
acting being in one. Be careful what you say.
Perhaps we should move on to the next word.
France.
What?
France.
Getting warmer.
Coma. Days.
Third word.
And the third word. Going on quickly.
Tickets, please.
Hold aboard, off we go.
Bus. Yes. The long trans bus. I know. Long day's tram. No.
Graham,
Long
I think Graham's got
days
it.
What? Journey.
Oh.
I won't commit
I
myself.
wouldn't jump to any conclusions, you know.
Absolutely
Well, I
brilliant.
won't jump to any conclusion until I've
You took
heard
rather
their
a long
last
time
word.
to guess that, so I can only give you 1 out of 2, but it was a very long title, so I'll give you the 1 back and give you 2 out of 2. And right away, quick as a flash, it's over now to Barry and Graham for their charade. And for those of you listening at home, it's the last appearance this week of the Mystery Voice.
And the charade is Liberace. Liberace.
To give you the title of their...
This
Terribly
is this a
filthy.
play or a film? It's
Or
a
a book?
coniferous plant. But also...
Famous person.
Famous person.
Coniferous plant?
But mainly a famous person.
The
mainly a
audience
famous
seem
person.
dubious about whether he's famous or she's famous.
This person is famous and mainly for not being a coniferous plant. There is one word on the card, and there it is in pieces.
Equal opportunities for women.
Hello, Gruff.
Pankhurst, ship, ventriloquist. Does vent come into
Dummy.
this anyway? Dummy?
Archie. Liberace.
You're in
Now,
league
I
with
don't
the
want to
devil.
be the first one to ask this, but how come Liberace is a carnivorous plant?
We won't
Have you
go
been
into
with him
that.
at the weekend?
I don't know how you did it, but Bill and Tim, you
Sequiniferous
succeeded
plant.
in scoring 5 for that entire round, bringing your score to 17. And Barry and Graham, you've only scored 5, which brings your score to 22. Now we have the game called tag wrestling. In this round, I'm going to give each team the payoff of a story. The members of each team will have to devise a story to fit their particular payoff. I shall then start one of you off working towards your punchline, and then I shall press the buzzer, and a member from the opposing team will have to take over that story but work towards his punchline. And it should be absolutely gripping. Now, we'll start with Tim and Bill.
Yeah.
Here's your punchline. That's not your handbag, Vicar. Whispered the croupier.
Not your handbag.
Yours contains Mrs. Worsthorne.
Well, I know
Right.
the story.
While you're memorizing,
It's very fun. I don't think
Barry
we
and
can
Graham,
tell it
here's
on
your punchline. Oops-a-daisy, sweetheart, said the Colonel, dismounting from his rubber duck. You know mine are red.
Oh, I saw the film.
Right, well, Bill and Tim, you've had the longest to compose yourselves, so that you can start off your story working towards your punchline. Now,
Red. Who started? What, me?
Tim Brooke Taylor will
Oh,
start.
Tim, of course.
Yeah. Scene is Monte Carlo. We're inside the casino, where Mr. Vicar lives, with his wife, Mrs. Vicar. And one night, with Mrs. Worsthorne, who made the party up for 3, they'd had a game of bridge.
When suddenly there was a knock on the door. Colonel Hargreaves stood there. He said, it's terribly embarrassing. I have bothered you before, but you know the primitive plumbing at my place. Could I have a bath here? And they said, of course you can have a bath here. So immediately repaired to the bathroom after
Repaired to the bathroom and was unfortunately drowned.
Sad business. Very sad.
So, to cheer themselves up, the Colonel's wife went along to the casino. Well, of course, she met the Vicar and Mrs. Vicar, and indeed Mrs. Worsthorne, who was there to make up the 3.
Throughout the evening, the main topic of conversation was Colonel Hargreaves in the bathroom and his unfortunate accident. Little did they know, however, that the Colonel was reviving, and appeared to be demised. At that moment, Mrs. Worsthorne, getting out of the Vicar's handbag and saying, I shall never get in there again,
Said, good evening, folks. Did a small tap dance on the rubber duck and left. However, said, Mr. Vicar, come to me to the bathroom, because I think you need to do little repairs to your face, which had been injured in the fight down at the old Blue Casbah.
Irrelevant. Everybody immediately repaired to the bathroom to see if the Colonel had indeed revived, and there indeed he was, as large as life, if not larger. And so ebullient at his revival, he was in fact floating upon a rubber duck in the bath.
In the bath. At that moment, the rubber duck burst. Unfortunately, for the second time in 24 hours, he was drowned. Anyway, back to Mrs. Warstone came in hearing the sad news about the Colonel and said, you know, I said I'd never get into a handbag again. Well, that's true. I've changed, and the reason is, I'll tell you the story. I'll tell you the story. Why?
The croupier. Yeah, don't tell me the story, said Mr. Go up to the bathroom and take these swimming trunks and make the late Colonel Hargreaves decent. Mrs. Westall, not knowing that there was more than one bathroom in the house, and indeed more than one Colonel Hargreaves, burst through the door. Oops-a-daisy, sweetheart, said the Colonel, dismounting from his rubber duck. You know mine are red, referring to the bathing trunks.
Terrific. Well, you actually get 4 marks, Barry and Graham, for winning that round.
We win.
You would have got more if you hadn't won it through the fact that the chairman fell asleep and forgot to press his buzzer. Very good, though. You scored 26, and Bill and Tim are on 22.
Excellent.
And we reached the point in the programme where I go to sleep once again, because the teams are going to give their announcements for the arrivals at the military ball.
And first to arrive...
Oh, he's pretty fast off the mark.
Leaping in quickly in case he's with the party coming with the other team. Is Mr. and Mrs. Mental Mascot and their son, Reggie Mental Mascot. And I'm willing to bet his namesake was coming over there.
Yes, he was. Great silence. Instead, a very old friend. 2 very old friends. Any advance? Corporal punishment. And Major jump.
And also coming in now, Mr. and Mrs. Military family, Mr. and Mrs. Parts and their son, Corporal Parts.
Recent promotion.
Will you welcome Mr. and Mrs. Triplease and their daughter, Military, please?
Mr. and Mrs. Dear Guards and their granny dear guards.
Quickly follow, because we've hardly any left in our party now. Quickly followed by Mr. and Mrs. By Your Beds and their son, Stand By Your Bed.
Pray silence.
Quickly follow.
From the north, Mr. and Mrs. Sheer Fusiliers and their tall son, Lanky Sheer.
Mr. and Mrs. Carrier and their aged relative all the way from Treasure Island, Ben Gun Carrier.
Followed by 2 more. They're not that welcome. Get out. Followed by 2 more from the north. Mr. and Mrs. Aircraft Gun and their relations, their uncle and auntie Aircraft Gun.
Major and Mrs. Croom Ballards and their son, Barry Croom Ballards.
Croom Ballards.
With the score...
Also coming...
Oh, wait. They're a very slow
Arthur Sword. And his parents, Ma and Pa Sword.
With the score delicately poised, at 39 to Barry and Graham, and 31 to Bill and Tim.
Mr. and Mrs. Mobsuit and their daughter, Dee.
40 to Barry and Graham.
Mr. and Mrs. Tearcut and their son, Shaw Tearcut.
And Kit Bag.
Oh, we're going to scrape the barrel. Mr. and Mrs. Gunn and their 2 sons, Tommy and Sten.
Mr. and Mrs. Parade with their relative all the way from India, Sikh Parade.
We come to the end of the programme this week. Good heavens. Good, yes. Oh, yes. Goodbye.
No, wait.
Mr. and Mrs. Balls and their clerical son, Cannon.
Barry Cryer, Graham Garden, Bill Oddie and Tim Brooke Taylor were being given silly things to do by Humphrey Lyttelton, with Dave Lee setting some of them to music. Production was by John Castles.